And Kasey, it's Fortress Strong.
Sitting by a lighthouse on a rolling bed.
It's a very pretty song. Susan Kasey there with Fortress Strong, and one of the songs of 11 that you have on this brand new album of yours that you are doing a little tour.
Yes.
I don't know, tell me about the tour. Is this one of your first stops?
Yes, actually, this is my first stop.
Yay!
This is my very first stop. I just wanted to come in to see you.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Minnesotans are pretty friendly. Did you notice that?
Oh, I did. I noticed
very.
that right off the bat.
Very musical.
That's right.
Do you think we have accents like people tease us, like going to Minnesota?
No, actually, let me tell you what. I'm used to whatever you guys call accents because the school that I went to, most of my teachers came from Minnesota.
Really?
From the Midwest, absolutely. So
funny.
I'm used to it.
So
it's
you're in
like
California. I don't know, do Californians, they don't really have an accent. Because when I have guests from the East Coast, I think they think we sound funny, but you know.
I don't know, do I sound like I have an accent? I don't know.
Not really.
But I'm at home. I'm completely at home in the Midwest. I'll
That's
tell you
great.
what.
That's great. So what kind of things do you have a family? Are you single? Are you have
Yeah.
children or anything?
No,
or?
I'm single. I'm busy creating music now, so I imagine I'll be single for quite a while because this is taking up all my time, and happily so. My family's in Southern California. I have a mother, and of course my brother and sister-in-law and niece and nephew are out there. And I also have a niece, Brandy, in Colorado. So there's a little bit of scattering. Most of my family members, like from my father's side and mother's side, they live in the Netherlands, actually. So,
Really? And
yeah.
that's where you got that, you mentioned your first song about windmills and that kind of
That's
thing.
right. That's right. I've been there so many times.
Oh, you have been there?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Oh,
So-
yeah. Several times. I spent the summer there. Yes. So it was
Your
so
grandparents are there, extended family, all
Sure,
that.
yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's neat. Okay. So you've got this new album, and
Yes.
where else are you going? You traveling? Anything
Oh, you know-
scheduled, or is it kind of?
Well, my schedule's open. I'm
You're in the studio right
yeah,
now. working on
exactly.
something.
I'm doing a lot of things in the studio. I'm working
Okay.
on songs, and I want to get ready for the next album.
Okay.
And so that takes a lot of work. I'm just in there a lot recording and writing songs and putting those things together. I'm open, of course, to performing anywhere if there's anybody out there that does want me to perform for them. Of course, I'm
Have you
free.
linked to any places in town? There are a lot of places that offer venues for.
I'm so new right now in the Midwest. There's a lot of things that I have to learn and I have to get to know about. So I'm sure I'll find those connections. And
Terry,
we're working
get on
doing
the
that.
ball there.
Yeah, come on,
I need to
Terry.
work harder. That's
There you
true.
go.
get her hooked up there.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, interestingly enough, when you try and get a start in California, it's you're so inundated with people.
Yeah,
And,
that's true.
What 20-some million people just in LA
Exactly.
alone.
And they all want to do this.
Right, and when you come out to the Midwest, I mean, where's Prince? He's in Minnesota. Where
Sure.
I mean, Bonnie Raitt got her start in Minnesota. Judy Garland's from Minnesota. Minnesota's a great music.
You know,
place.
Jesse
It
Ventura
is.
did sing the "Oh, Werewolves of London."
Yeah.
Remember when he's
was
yeah,
that him?
on his inauguration? Well, no, on his inauguration night, he did a
Oh, he
really
did.
bad rendition of
Version.
it. Yeah.
What was the-
So he was, but I was saying he's from Minnesota. You know.
So he's got musical talent in him as well.
That is a good, not probably the word I would use, but but yeah, there are. Of course, everybody thinks of Prince and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the great Prince who.
Well, and people are born singing. I mean, even at a state school here, something that's new at Mankato State that I hadn't, or excuse me, Minnesota
State, there you go.
I apologize. is the bell tower, and what of course happens around Christmas time every year at Minnesota State. They have a sing along, a Christmas carol sing along around the bell tower, and it's like nowhere else but Minnesota. I went caroling as a kid.
That's
Did you
neat.
carol as a kid?
Oh yeah.
Everybody did.
Doesn't
That's what
everybody
we
in
did.
California too?
No.
Not like the way they do it out
The
here.
sweaters get too warm. That's the problem.
Well, I tell you what, I was kind of a funny story. I was in a mall
Oh no.
in Southern California, and there was these carolers, a big group of carolers, and I was in the spirit. Me and a friend of mine, we were in the spirit, and so we thought, you know what, let's carol along. Yeah, we started caroling, and they kicked us out.
Oh,
They said,
no.
no, you can't carol with us. It was like, wow.
Really?
So yes, can you believe that?
Well, were they like a special group or something?
They didn't look very special to me. They looked just, like they were,
didn't have
like
a
they were
sweater,
just,
that's what-
yeah, they didn't
I
have
guess
a
they
sweater.
didn't want to be out.
I guess not.
Let's think
Well, that's
positively,
okay. I'm
that's
over it. I'm over
Oh,
it.
you're.
But that's
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
getting kicked out of caroling.
That is really bad. Yeah.
Yes,
So you get
yes.
kicked out, it's kind of like being kicked out of the mass choir or something.
Oh
because-
my gosh, yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
But I mean, music is a big thing. I mean, there's a lot of orchestras and
Oh, it
choirs
is.
and bands and things. But I think
Lots
about
of
people
time.
in California, how hard it is out there because there are so many people that go out there
Oh, yeah.
to get in the biz.
Yeah, there are so many, in fact, that it actually seems to be so saturated that it's almost hard to get a start.
That's what I would think it would be.
And
tough.
it is, and so I decided, you know what, I want to focus on the Midwest. I want to come out here, and I want to be played out here. And you know what, California, they have their own thing going, and they have just millions of people just trying to promote their ideas, and
And the Midwest is in the middle of everything. You get
it's
to
in the
New York
middle
City,
of
you get to
everything,
California.
absolutely. People like to say the Midwest is in the middle of nowhere.
Oh.
Well, the Midwest is in the middle of everywhere.
There you go.
So
There you go.
that's right. So, I'm really loving being here.
And once you make it in Iowa, you've made it.
Everywhere. That's
Especially
right. That's
Iowa.
that song, right?
Oh, my.
Which one?
That New York, except we're going to put
Oh.
Iowa in there.
We are going to take a break for our national native news, and we'll come back with Susan Kasey, and we've got Terry Wallenberg in studio as well. So stay with us. We'll be back in just a little bit. Here, is it? How's it compared to weather here today compared to Southern California? We've got Susan Kasey in studio with us, and she is from Southern California, by the way.
That's right. Well, right now it's supposed to be a heat wave, the start of what they call summer there. So my mom had told me the other day, yeah, it's going to be warm. And then I'd heard from a few of my friends, yeah, here starts the heat wave. It starts off at 90 and it just climbs from there. So
But it's a dry heat.
it's a dry heat.
So
The
it's-
humidity, oh my.
Yeah, the humidity is nasty. My husband's down in St. Louis, Missouri, at a conference, and he said that it was 90 and very, like 90% humidity.
Yeah,
so he said,
that's-
and he's a runner, so he said he went out early in the morning, it was just still miserable.
Oh, my
so.
Yeah, I'm used to the 90 and just not used to the humidity yet.
Yeah, well, we get that here, and it's,
Well, 10,000 lakes.
yeah, it's, I mean, the water's got to go somewhere, and it goes in
It's
the
got to
air.
go somewhere.
There you
That's
go.
right. That's right.
Yeah, my son's questioned, my 6-year-old is like, what is the hottest place ever? And I think it's 115 degrees somewhere in the desert down near Southern California.
That's
Death
right.
Valley, I
Yep,
think, isn't it?
well, Death Valley does get that
Yeah,
hot,
I think
sure.
it might have been Death Valley actually is the
Sure.
highest ever at 115 degrees.
Yeah, our deserts out there get really hot. That sounds about right.
But is it a dry heat?
It's a dry heat.
So you
Yep.
don't even notice it's 115.
No, I mean, 90 is, feeling good.
What,
90 feels
115?
like 70. Yeah.
I don't know, 115, I'm thinking that'd be, I don't want that.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Stick me in the oven.
I think it was 70 degrees the other week in Iowa, and it felt like it was 95.
Yeah,
Like,
if it's humid.
Susan goes
Wow.
outside, she's like, oh, this is awful. And
I
she'll go
have
in,
to
it's
go
like,
back in, turn
it's
the air
70, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh,
Keeps
yeah.
us young.
It's all perspective where you're from, I guess. So you'll learn. You come up here, you'll get used to it. I really don't. Air conditioning's great. All right, Susan Kasey is a singer-songwriter from California in Chino,
Chino.
California. And she's with Terry Wallenberg, who is from the Mankato area as a radio personality, but now traveling around with Susan. Okay, we have a Susan Kasey, and we're going to play some more from her new album that she's just released not too long ago. And you were mentioning one song on here that was kind of the impetus for getting this CD going.
It was.
Tell me a little bit about this, but we're going to play this coming up right next.
Yeah, this song is called Flattered, and it was, I had talked about recording 3 songs for the fun of it. Well, this was the first of one of those 3 that I had written that I said to myself, this isn't half bad. And that's the reason why I put it on the album as number 1, as the first song to be played.
Because it wasn't half bad.
Because it wasn't half bad, I said to myself. I said, you know
The glass is
what?
half full.
I think we have something here. And it was one of them. It's a very special song, and I think it's powerful, and I love it.
Is it
I
about
just love
being
it.
flattered?
It's about wanting to flatter somebody that you have a crush on or that you love. And if I did this for you, could you return that to me? And if I drove 1,050 million miles, would you greet me? And what can I do for you that would maybe spark something in you for me?
All right.
It's kind of along those lines.
All right, Susan Kasey and Flattered.